In the bone-deep cold of a January night in 1945, huddled in a foxhole somewhere along the Ardennes front, a young American infantryman strikes a match. The flame touches the lip of a small tin can, and within seconds, a modest but steady glow pushes back against the suffocating darkness. This isn't just light, it's life itself. The trench candle, a simple contraption of wax-soaked cardboard stuffed into a recycled ration tin, became one of the most crucial yet overlooked survival tools of the Second World War. While tanks, aircraft and artillery dominated the headlines, thousands of soldiers owed their survival to this humble device that could fit in the palm of a hand. Tonight, we're uncovering the forgotten story of the tiny survival heat candle that kept soldiers alive when the winter tried its hardest to kill them. The anatomy of survival. How a tin can became a lifeline. The trench candle's genius lay in its brutal simplicity. Soldiers would salvage empty tuna tins, corned beef containers, or any small metal vessel from their rations. Inside, they'd tightly coil strips of corrugated cardboard in a spiral pattern, creating a dense core that would serve as both structure and wick. The real magic happened when melted paraffin wax, candle stubs scrounged from bombed-out villages, or even rendered animal fat was poured over the cardboard, saturating every fibre. Once cooled and hardened, this unassuming object became a slow-burning furnace that could sustain a flame for 2 to 4 hours on a single lighting. The corrugated cardboard's channels allowed oxygen to feed the flame, while the wax provided continuous fuel, creating a controlled burn that was both efficient and remarkably safe. In the confined, oxygen-starved spaces where men fought to survive. Winter's cruelty and the soldiers' response. The European winter of 1944 to 45 remains one of the coldest on record. And for soldiers entrenched across France, Belgium and Germany, the freezing temperatures were as deadly as enemy fire. Imagine the reality: temperatures plummeting to well below zero, moisture from breath freezing on wool scarves, fingers too numb to properly grip a rifle. In dugouts barely large enough for 2 men, where movement meant exposure to sniper fire, these tiny candles performed miracles. A single flame could raise the temperature in a foxhole by 10 to 15 degrees, transforming a death trap into a survivable space. Soldiers would position the burning candle beneath their helmets, creating makeshift heat reflectors that radiated warmth across their cramped quarters. The psychological impact was equally vital. That small circle of light represented humanity, hope, and the promise of seeing another dawn. The trench candle's utility extended far beyond simple heat. Soldiers discovered that suspending a canteen cup or mess tin above the flame allowed them to heat their rations. This, in turn, transformed frozen stew into something approaching edible and provided the critical warmth needed internally to combat hypothermia. The candles became essential for melting snow into drinking water, a process that could mean the difference between hydration and dangerous fluid loss in winter conditions. Medics found them invaluable for sterilizing instruments in field conditions. At the same time, the steady flame served as a reliable light source for reading letters from home, maintaining weapons, or simply preserving night vision better than the harsh glare of electric torches. In some units, resourceful soldiers learned to fashion tin can stoves that incorporated multiple candles, creating cooking surfaces capable of preparing hot meals for entire squads, boosting morale when spirits flagged under the relentless grind of winter combat. Today, as we sit in climate-controlled comfort, It's easy to forget the lessons these soldiers learned through necessity and hardship. The trench candle embodies a fundamental principle of survival. Effectiveness trumps complexity every time. Modern preppers and bushcraft enthusiasts have rediscovered these techniques, creating DIY emergency candles using vegetable shortening, wax, and recycled containers that can burn for 72 hours or more. The wisdom of those frozen foxholes reminds us that true preparedness isn't about accumulating expensive gear. It's about understanding principles, adapting resources, and maintaining the mental fortitude to innovate when conditions turn desperate. Those tiny flames that kept thousands alive during humanity's darkest winter still flicker today in the knowledge we preserve and pass forward. If this journey into forgotten fieldcraft has sparked something in you, subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles and share this story with others who understand that survival skills and historical wisdom are inheritances worth protecting. The past has lessons for those willing to listen.